Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do another book haul revisit. So this will be number 2. I'm just going to go through, because I joined BookTube over 4 years ago now, and I'm just going through, and it's actually very enlightening to go back to see what I bought 4 years ago and how much I've read and how much I haven't read. So there are a couple that I've seen coming in my future where I've read quite a few of the books. This is just not one of them. This one has a lot of books that I did not read. So we are going to do the books that I bought in May of 2017. So again, May is my birthday month. I have a tendency to buy a lot of books. And I bought 20 books that I showed in 2 videos, on a birthday haul and then a part 2 of May. So I'm going to just kind of go through them and show you what I can and tell you how many I either still have or don't have, you know. So we'll talk about the 2 that I've actually read, because that's easy. I read Embassy Town by China Melville at some point in the whole thing. I did enjoy this one. It is still on my shelf. I'm not getting rid of it. I have quite a few of his books still to read, but this one I actually read. So, and this one has to do with the man who goes to an outpost and has to deal with what's going on in this colony, and as an ambassador kind of thing. And it was very weird and bizarre, but most of his stuff is. But I did enjoy that enough to keep it, and I still need to read a lot of his books. And the only other one in this list of 20 that I bought in May of 2017 is Animal House by Animal House. Funny. Animal Farm by George Orwell. So this is, again, a classic. I did not have, this was never on any of my syllabuses. I never had to read this in school. I feel like I kind of missed out because a lot of people did read this in high school, but I did not. And then I didn't read it in college. It never came up. So this was one of the ones I have of ones I wanted to get to. And I think I read this last year because I was trying to read a lot of dystopians. Modern classic dystopians that I hadn't read, and this was one of them, and I read that. So those other ones I've read. There's 3 books I won't be able to show you. I had a book. I don't know how to put pictures in. Sorry guys. I'm just gonna read them. So one of them was Winterwood by J.C. Bedford. I don't know if I still have it or not. I couldn't find it on my shelf. I might have unhauled that at some point. I know I never read it. I unhauled Luna New Moon by Ian MacDonald. I disliked that a lot. I DNF'd it less than 100 pages in. I really hated it. So I got rid of it. And then I also have gotten rid of Dr. DOA by Simon R. Green. I got rid of one of his series, the Secret History series. It just didn't do anything for me. It was written in a style he doesn't a lot of times write in, and I didn't enjoy it. So I got rid of that. So I've only unhauled 3 books of the 20. So let's just really quick go through all the books I still have. So I have a couple of series, actually quite a bit of series books, which is typical for me. We'll start with the mass markets. I have White Hot from Alona Andrews. Again, this is book 2 in the Hidden Legacies. Still have not read this. I've only read I've read the first one, Burn for Me, twice or 3 times. I have yet to pick up this book. I will at some point, but right now I'm in the middle of their Kate Daniels series, so it might be a little bit. That is urban fantasy with a lot of magic. I can't remember in what area. I don't remember what, it's somewhere in Texas, I think. Anyway, but it's a good urban fantasy. It was fun so far. Horrible covers, but I love the book. And then I have From Duke Till Dawn by Eva Lee, which is part of her the London Underground series. And this is the first one in that series, but I have like now 3 of her series that I have like almost all the books for and have not read them. Now I've read some of her other series under another pen name, Zoe Archer, so I like her writing style, but for some reason I haven't picked up any of her Ava Lee ones, and this is one of the historical romances that I have not picked up, so again, I need to get to that. I didn't look to see which number this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think this is book 11 in the Destroyer Man series, which is Blood in the Water by Taylor Anderson. So I think it's a 14 or 15 book series. It just finished. This was the paper. I had pre-ordered them up to this point, I think, every year, but I have only read 4. So this is a series that I need to catch up on. This is an alternate history fantasy in the way that men from World War II were on a destroyer and they get sucked through kind of a warp thing that takes them to an alternate Earth where dinosaurs still rule the land, but in different kind of dinosaurs, or different creatures descended from different animals than it's not just humans. So, and they're not predominant at all. And it's very fascinating. I really need to get back to this. I reread the first book, Into the Storm, last year to try to jumpstart back into this, and I just haven't got back to book 2, and I keep looking at it. So I need to do that so I want to finish out this series now that it's done, and I want to see what happens. And this one's another series book, which I don't even know. Oh my gosh, it's way, I'm going to say it's into the teen, or late, after 10. I don't remember what it is, but it's Red Wolf by Jennifer Ashley. So this is part of her Shifters Unbound series. Again, she's one of my favorite authors that I need to read more of the books that I've bought pre-ordered. So this one, well, maybe this is only 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This might be 10. 9 or 10, actually. So this is, again, it's about shifters, and the world is where they've come out and they are regulated in certain ways. And so I actually don't know what this one's about because I'm not letting myself, I'm still 2 or 3 books behind. I think I've read up to 6 or 7. So I need to do that one. And then another one is the first book in the Encrypted series by Shauna McGuire. This is Discount Armageddon. And so I don't know a whole lot about this except it's about creatures, kind of the cryptozoologist kind of thing, like where there's different kind of things. There's, ghoulies, ghosties, long-legged beasties. So, again, I haven't read this one, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But again, it's another series of hers. I probably will try it at some point. And then the last mass market was Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I put it off for a long time to get a copy of this. And then, I don't know, then I just haven't read much Sanderson in the last few years. So this is definitely one I still have to read. All I know is it has to do with magic, with light, breath. Is this the one, the breath? I can't remember. But the thing is that there's 2 daughters or 2 sisters. One was supposed to marry the Lord or whatever, and then the father sends the other one instead. So one's unprepared for that life, and the other one goes to save her. And I don't know anything else about it, but that's one I still need to get to. And then I have quite a few trade paperbacks. Some of them, most of them are, they're all over the place. One of them is another, this is more paranormal romance called Just One Touch by Maya Banks. It's number 5 in the Slow Touch series. So this one I've liked, I liked the first 3 books. They weren't great. Number 4 was my favorite. I love that book. And then I got this book quite a bit after it because she has been very ill in the last few years. So hasn't written anything, or published anything. So I still haven't caught up with a lot of her series because she hasn't put anything else out, so I haven't felt the need to read on. But this is one it's the last one in the series that's out so far. This would complete a series for me up to this point. I should really read this. I don't know how it's related to the other 4 books or if I have to go back and read them, but let's hope not. But I should get to that. For The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie, the first book in the first Lost trilogy. I haven't gotten to this yet. Fantasy series. I need to get to that. Grimdark. I also Thevore by B. Catling. So I've had this on my shelf. I've been wanting to read this for ages, and I just haven't got around to it. It has to do with some forest area, and somebody goes in there, and they're trying to some journey, and then I don't know if someone's trying to kill them or something. I don't remember now. It's been so long that I don't remember anything about it, but it's still on my list of ones I want to get to. City of the Lost by Kelly Armstrong. I think it's the first book in this series where I think it's like kind of like a mystery series, but it has I think it might have some paranormal elements. It says it's a thriller, but I think the woman is trying to hide from something. I'm not sure how that works, but I think it's the first in a series. So I don't know. I've read Kelly Armstrong. Didn't read that one yet. It's been on my shelf for a while. I have two short story collections. One of them is the Paper Menagerie and Other Stories by Ken Liu. So I went through a phase where I bought a few collections. These are the first two that showed up. I don't know. I mean, again, I haven't even read his full novel, The Grace of Kings, yet. So, that series, The Dandelion Dynasty. We'll get to that. But again, I got some short stories that are fantastical. I think they're all across the board. And then I also had a Neil Gaiman Trigger Warning, Short Stories and Disturbances, Short Fictions and Disturbances. So again, I've read some of Neil Gaiman's short work. This is not one of them. Short stories don't call to me, even though I've bought a couple collections to kind of push myself towards that. None of these have actually happened yet. I have the Swans Thieves by Elizabeth Kostova? I don't know. I read The Historian when it came out years ago, and then I never picked up anything else by her, but I found this used copy, and I don't even know what this is about. Something about an artist, and then some professor. I'm not sure, but anyway, I know some people have not liked this book or liked her other work besides The Historian, but I did pick up this one to try. Haven't got to it. I also have My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. I have read Rebecca a couple times, and I keep meaning to continue with some of her other books to see if I'll like them better. My Cousin Rachel is definitely one that's a popular one. I picked up a copy. Haven't picked it up yet. And the last one is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. So this is a book I knew a lot about, like I heard about, and I just never picked it up. And again, I think by now some of us have been spoiled before some of it that happens in this, but I just haven't got around to actually reading it. So, So those are all the books that I bought 4 years ago, and still some of them that I've read, and then the rest that I haven't. So of my 20 books that I bought in that May, 15 of them are still on my TBR, which is not a good percentage. That's not good. That's 75%. So, and then 2 of them I'd read, and 3 of them I have DNF'd or gotten rid of, or I can't find. I don't know where that one book is. But that's not my best bet. So anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope to continue this series, and it's just interesting to pull the books off and go, oh, I forgot about that book. Oh, I forgot about that book. Like, I didn't realize I had some of these books for 4 years. And again, that's kind of like a reminder to myself that I have a tendency to buy books and then they just sit on my shelf for many years before I get back to them. So it's a good eye-opener. And so I think I'm going to continue this to kind of just be aware of what books are still on my shelves from when I bought 4 years ago. Because I should be getting more done. And I think in the next couple months, some of them will be better hauls where I've read a lot more, but we'll see. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Oh, and if there's any in these that you think I should pick up like soon rather than later, like I should not be sitting on these, let me know. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.